Hey y'all, my name is Kate Wheeler out of South Carolina. I'm gonna take you through a 15-minute upper body workout today. So I would grab your mediums and your heavies. Not all muscles are created equal. We're gonna hit two muscles back to back, same muscle group. We're gonna go to failure on one. So you know how you're feeling today, but I would grab multiple sets of weights. We've got 5 rounds. They're all gonna be 3 minutes a piece. So we're gonna start with 6 to 10. Once you know what you're doing, go ahead and get rolling. 6 to 10, one arm rows, and then a reverse fly to failure. So that one arm row, if you have a box or a bench, you want to put your hand on there, or even on the wall in front of you, you can. If you need to, you could take it down to that lawnmower row and rest your forearm on your front thigh. But you're going to take that dumbbell back to that hip pocket. So I've got 6 to 10 one arm rows on both sides. Once you're done, I want you on a reverse fly to failure. So you'll grab both dumbbells, shoulders down and back, hinge it forward, take those weights out wide into that reverse fly. So I want you moving. If you haven't started, get started. Then take a shake out. Shake it out however long you need to, and then you'll go right back to the top. 6 to 10. So I'm gonna start on the other side now, probably where y'all are at. Okay, I'm doing lawnmower rows. I don't have my box or my bench over here with me. I'm gonna pull that dumbbell from my front toe to that back hip pocket. You're trying to keep that elbow tucked in, right? Pull that weight up as high as you can to that hip, and taking it all the way back down to that toe. Once you hit your 6 to 10, it might be 10 for you if those weights are a little bit lighter, it might be 6. As you're rolling through, maybe it's 4 or 5, maybe 6 isn't even your number. When you get to reverse flies, shoulders down and back, hinge it forward. I'm taking those arms out wide, really squeezing those shoulder blades together. There's no number here. I want you to go until you feel like you can go no more with great form, and then set those dumbbells down, shake those arms out. We're halfway through. So you're not gonna get through a ton of sets here, maybe 2, maybe 3, just depends, right? Maybe you start that third set. I'm gonna cue you down so you can switch those sides out if you need to. Whenever you're ready and you feel like you can pick up that heavy weight and safely lift that row again, we're going again. So if you're on that lawnmower row, head to tailbone is that one straight line. If you've got your hand on that box or that bench, if my left foot is back, I've got my dumbbell in my left hand, right? Either way, no matter how you're rowing, I want that dumbbell to come up to that hip pocket, right? Exhale, pull that dumbbell up. You've got about 50 more seconds here before we switch it up. And then same thing on that other side. I should be looking down and out that whole time just to help keep that neck and spine nice and straight. And then once you hit your 6 to 10, just moving at that steady pace. If your weights are a little on the light side, slow this down. Add a pause at the top. You've got about 30 more seconds here. If your weights are heavy enough, they will dictate your pace. And then shoulders down and back before you start that reverse fly. Hinge it forward, back is flat, taking those arms out wide, really squeezing those shoulder blades together. You've got about 15 more seconds. We're gonna keep this theme. We're just gonna change up your exercises. We're gonna go a plank, push, pull, or a wide row. Same thing, 6 to 10 in 3, 2, 1. So that plank, push, pull, you're down on your forearm. I'm gonna push that dumbbell up, pull it back, push it up, pull it back. 6 to 10 on both sides. If that doesn't work, I want you on a wide row. So your elbows are gonna come out by your shoulders and squeeze those shoulder blades together. You could do 6 to 10 on one side and then 6 to 10 on the other side. And then you have a lat pull over to failure. So once you finish those plank, push, pulls, long arms, slice in your elbows, taking that dumbbell to the ground behind your head. I just want you to bring it to the top of your forehead. Super small movement right here. Those lats are really big muscles and it's hard to fatigue them. So small movement on that lat pullover. Again, no rep count there. You're going to failure. And then you're going to take that shake out, right? So you just work your back for those first 3 minutes. It's already going to start to feel a little bit fatigued, right? We worked kind of those middle back muscles. Now we're working those big lats this time. So shake it out after that lat pullover, and then you're going again. So that plank push pull, let's talk about that for a second. You're in a nice strong plank position, right? It's just really working that anti-rotation, shoulders stacked over that forearm, keeping those hips steady. I'm not scooting my dumbbell up, right? I'm gonna slide it up and pull it back. You might need to put your dumbbell on a towel or something to make it slide a little bit better, but push it up, pull it back. 6 to 10 on both sides. For that wide row, you're hinged forward, that elbow is coming up by your shoulder. On that wide row, you can alternate arms. right here and get 6 to 10 on both sides, or you could just do both together. That's fine too. We're over halfway, y'all. You have about a minute and 20 seconds. Get to that lat pull over. My hope, sometimes we think, I'm gonna turn this into an iron eye and drop my legs down and make it harder. I would rather you have that heavier weight, right? I'd rather you have that heavier weight and really just focus on your arms right here. Smash the small of your back into the mat. And from the ground, just to the tip of your forehead. Once you see the dumbbell and it starts coming over your face, we've lost tension on our lats, and it automatically makes this a little bit easier. So make sure you're breathing right here. And then when you're done, you're going right back in that plank push pull. You have about 40 more seconds to go. Again, really keep that core nice and tight. Those hips are steady. So we're not rocking back and forth as we're pressing that dumbbell up, pushing it up, and then pulling it back. That's it. All right, y'all, you've got about 25 more seconds to go here. 2 rounds, almost down. We're gonna move into our third round. Again, 6 to 10 of that first exercise, failure on the second, all in that same muscle group. So we're working to build fatigue in that first exercise, and then that way we can get to hopefully some failure on that second one. Yo, we're gonna move into some chest work in 5, in 3, 2, 1. We're going 6 to 10 chest fly. You can do these one arm at a time if you want to, and take one arm out wide and bring it up, and then the other one, but you can also do both arms together if that's better for you. So both arms come almost to the ground, but not quite. Exhale, make sure those dumbbells are coming straight up over your chest. You can get rolling once you know what you're doing. And then to failure, you're either on a push-up or a narrow press. Narrow press, you're bringing those arms right by your side and back up, or you could squeeze those dumbbells together and take it into the center of your chest and up. If you're able to do push-ups, flip it over for a push-up. You can be on your toes or your knees. Arms are out of that 45-degree bend, eyes looking towards the top of that mat. Exhale as you come up. You can flash your hands on that hand release push-up. You can drop to your knees for these. You could slow those down if you want to. You're going push-ups or narrow press until you can go no more. And then shake those arms out when you're done, especially after those plank push-pulls. We're working lats. We got a little chest because we're holding ourselves up in that plank position. Again, your arms, everything's going to start feeling this as you're going. Take that shake out, and then you're right back to the top. You have about a minute and 45 here. You're on those chest flies, 6 to 10. This is to start building that fatigue, right? I still want you in those, with those heavies, if you can. I want you moving as heavy of dumbbells as you're able to. If you're like, Kate, I could go heavier, 10 doesn't feel that challenging to me, but I don't have heavy weights. I want you to slow this down, add that pause for me, and then slow it down on the way up. But I'd really challenge you to invest in a set of heavier weights. 6 to 10 chest fly, and then either push-ups or that narrow press. I like the narrow press because it's really requiring a lot more stability, and you're having to work your triceps and your shoulders. Or if you don't want to take it by your sides, if you're doing that hex press, really squeeze those weights together and take it into the center of your chest and back up. Just make sure those dumbbells stay over your chest. Sometimes they want to slide over your face. Don't let it happen. Keep it over your chest. All right, y'all, you got about 45 more seconds here. We have 2 more rounds to go after this. We've hit back, we've hit chest. Now we're gonna hit some buys and tries to finish this up. 6 to 10 on that chest fly. Push-ups, if you're going push-ups, again, keep those arms, they're at that 45-degree bend, right? So if that front view looks like this, we're not winged out to the side. 45-degree bend, eyes are looking towards the top of that mat. Just keep that neck and spine straight. A lot of times I see us start to sag our heads. Don't do it. It puts a lot of pressure on your neck, and we don't want that. It's harder to do a push-up to look at the top of your mat, but it's better for you. Y'all, you have 10 more seconds. We're moving on in 5, 3, 2, 1. We're going 6 to 10 concentration curls. So you could do this seated. You could do this standing. I'll show that in a second. Or on that, if you're kneeling, I want you to tuck your elbow in kind of at your thigh. We're going full range of motion here if you can. So straight, pull that dumbbell up to that shoulder. You have 6 to 10 on one side, 6 to 10 on the other side. And then we're gonna go hammer curls, meaning thumbs up to failure. So if you're not on your knee or seated, if you'd rather be standing, you can do that concentration curl standing. I just want you to tuck your elbow in I don't want you to draw in your legs. The idea is we're putting all this in our biceps, right? So once you finish one side, you're going down for the other side. Just pop that other knee up, tucking your elbow in at the side, still keeping that chest up, right? Still want you to keep that chest up, that back is flat. This is just really making that bicep do all the work right here. So 6 to 10. 10 might be a lot, especially if those weights are heavy. 6 might be your number as you roll through this. It might be, like I said, it might be 4 or 5, right? Drop that rep count if you need to. And then hammer curls to failure. So you're grabbing those dumbbells here if you can. Thumbs are up. Stagger those feet or take them a little bit wider. I don't want to see you swaying around. So we're taking the heads of your dumbbell up to the top of your shoulder and right back down. Keeping those arms tucked at your side. You might not get very many of these in. We're working smaller muscles right here. So they're going to fatigue a whole lot quicker. When you're done, shake it out, right? It's biceps and biceps and more biceps right here. So shake those arms out. And then we're going again. You're halfway through. So maybe you can get through this one more time. Like I said, you're not going to get probably more than 2 sets. Maybe a teeny bit of a third on one of these. The idea right here, but we're just really working for that solid, working that same muscle group for a solid 3 minutes is really just helping to try to hit really fatigue on that first exercise. Failure is the goal on the second, meaning I can't do one more rep with great form, right? So we have this round, we have one more. Y'all are doing amazing. You got less than a minute to go. Concentration just means we're really concentrating those biceps. If you were seated, you would still tuck your elbow in that same spot. And then moving on to the other side, tuck that elbow in, exhale. As you're pulling that dumbbell up again, keep that chest up for me, nice and tall. Once you finish your concentrations, you're moving to your hammer curls. And you're finding that pace, like I said, hopefully when your weights are heavy enough, your weights will dictate the pace, meaning you can't slow them down. You really can't speed them up. Like, right, you're just moving at that steady effort because your weights are heavy enough. That's the goal. That's where we want to be. If your weights are like they're a little bit light, meaning my rep count doesn't really fatigue you or you could keep going, that's when I want you to slow it down. Yo, we have one more round coming your way in 3, 2, last 3 minutes of work. We're going 6 to 10, tricep kickback. So I want you to roll those shoulders down and back, hinge forward, lock those upper arms at your side. You're gonna extend those arms straight behind you. You can do that, or you could do an overhead tricep extension if you prefer. Take that dumbbell over your head, just bring those elbows, tuck them in right by your ears. 6 to 10, and then I want you on a skull crusher to failure. So if you're going one dumbbell on the skull crusher, I want you to hold it on the ends. Arms are straight up. I'm just gonna bend at the elbow. Take that dumbbell to the back of your forehead and then straighten those arms all the way out. I want you, normally I say don't lock anything out, but on your skull crushers, anytime we're doing triceps, we do want to lock those elbows out if we can, because that's going to pull in all 3 tricep heads. So we're going skull crushers to failure. If you're using 2 dumbbells, then I want you to try to separate them if you can and take them on either side of your forehead, just because we want to maximize that range of motion. That might be too much instability for your shoulders and your elbows. Pay attention to that. If that's the case, I'd really rather you drop to 1 and hold it on the ends. If you hold 1 on its head, I see this a lot. If you hold 1 dumbbell on its head, you're only getting that teeny tiny range of motion, right? You're barely working your tricep. So this is how I want you to hold for a lat pullover, but this is how I want you to hold for your skull crusher, right? On both ends of that dumbbell. Once you're done, shake it out, and then you're going back to those tricep kickbacks. So anytime we're in a hinge position, I'm gonna ask you to stand up tall first, shoulders down and back, then those hips go back, right? We're locking those upper arms at your side. We're just extending those arms straight back behind you and bending at the elbow. So just bend at the elbow, straighten those arms back, 6 to 10, and then you're going back to those skull crushers to the end. All right, y'all, you got about 1 4 minutes to go right here. Y'all done so great to get to this point. Think about that breathing. Think about that form again on those skull crushers. You're really working towards the back of your forehead because that's going to put your shoulder in line with your elbow, right? So as I take that dumbbell to the back of my head, it's kind of keeping that elbow elevated just a little bit, working all those tricep muscles. Got about 30 more seconds to go here. We've hit back twice because our back is so important. Everything we do is so forward facing all the time. We never get enough back work, I don't feel like. We hit back twice, we hit chest, we hit buys, we hit tries. Hopefully you're feeling good right now, ready to go tackle your day. Y'all, you got about 5 more seconds. Finish up where you're at in 3, 2, and time. I like to leave you with a quote of the day. Your quote today says, it's hard to be a person who never gives up, right? Just keep showing up, putting in that effort day after day. Hey, if you want to communicate with me ever, you want to get my ebooks, I've had a new ebook every month. If you want to join my Facebook group for some recipes and just some fitness and nutrition pro tips, it's all there. Y'all, thanks for joining me for 15 minutes of some upper body work. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day.